Hi guys, it's been a minute, but we're here, we're back. I'm going to be on my stuff. Welcome to the video, and this is your unofficial welcome back. I have not filmed since I've been back from my show, so we have a lot to update on, and yeah, anyways, I'm just gonna fill you in on like kind of where we've been, and also I'm going to start out this video by making my post-workout meal. And trained some clients, and then I worked out, and I have not eaten anything yet since being back. So we're gonna make it together. But I'm gonna show you how I make my perfect oats. I think I have perfected this now, and it's so much volume, but also like nice and fluffy. It's such a good texture. I have my Better Oats packets, and I do 2 of these. This is the maple brown sugar, but I honestly like the cinnamon roll flavor the best. So you just pop those in, and then you are going to fill up your oats with water till it's right above the top, or you can measure with the bags, but why would I do that and make everything easier? That would make no sense at all. Pop it in the microwave. Right about a minute, and then we'll move on to step 2. Don't ask me how I've done this, but I've managed. I've spilled all my oats on the floor. Not all of them, but a good portion of them. So talented, I don't even know how I'm doing. Okay, so once you have your oats mostly cooked here, we are going to add in our egg whites. So I'm gonna do that. So I do egg whites for protein right now because that's what I did during prep. And I haven't been adding in a lot of protein powders and stuff, but you could definitely add a protein powder after you've cooked your oats. So I'm gonna add this in for like another 30 seconds to a minute. It's also, while that's cooking, it's September, so look at my little bug. So cute. I'm in full-on fall mode at the moment, so I've decorated and I got fall candles, but now I'm like really in it, so yeah, I'm living. Yeah, I'll show you my little centerpiece. She's so cute. Ignore all my work stuff, but look at her, she's so cute. I love all my little centerpiece and candles and pumpkins and all of the things. Nice and fluffy. So you can see it kind of puffs up a little bit once you cook the egg whites in there, and I promise you can't taste them. It's really just like a nice fluffy consistency. And blueberries. And then you can add peanut butter, and you can add all kinds of stuff. I'm gonna put on some cinnamon because I love extra cinnamon. And then that's it. I might add a little bit of salt too, because I think that would be good too. A little bit of sweet and savory moment. And that is how you make the perfect fluffy oats. So, delicious. So now that prep's over, I've been having a little bit more variety with my foods. I still have not incorporated like full-on dairy and stuff yet. So I found this creamer, and it's a almond and coconut milk creamer, and it's a cookie butter flavor. So 1 serving is 1 tablespoon or 15 milliliters. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. It's 2 grams of carbs and 1 gram of fat. So, and it's sweetened. What is it sweetened with? Stevia. So you honestly can't beat that. I think this brand is pretty good. One thing I will say is that it is like, it's pretty thick. When I first did it, I was like, is this bad? Because it's a little like, I don't know, it's a weird texture I wasn't expecting. But it says it's good and it's sealed, so I was like, all right. So I've had it and it's pretty good. I will tell you, I don't get major cookie butter flavors from it, but I will say it is like very spiced. So it's kind of giving me some fall vibes, which I'm okay with. I do have an espresso maker, so I will make a shot, but I also found cold brew concentrate, and I add that to this as well because one shot isn't enough to like fill up my whole cup. So I do that. And then this one's from Trader Joe's, and I found a pumpkin spice one, but I'll be honest with you, it's kind of it's really heavy on the spice and less heavy on the pumpkin flavor. So we're gonna try the vanilla out. I haven't tried this one yet, but I heard it's good, so we shall see. It makes me feel like I'm fancy because it's in a plastic cup. So good. I feel like this is my talking couch throughout this whole prep, so I'm back. Post-show thoughts. I have a lot of them. First of all, I absolutely loved competing. I loved the process. I loved getting glammed. I loved, I just liked the experience quite a lot. And I'm really happy I did it. It was really, really hard, you know, like 18 weeks of dieting for a long time is definitely not easy. So hats off to all the girls that were there, and like I met so many cool girls backstage and made some connections. And the girl that ended up winning the overall, I actually met her at my gym a couple weeks prior, and she's an absolute baddie, like killed it. And so it was just like such a fun experience. It was really good to have somebody that kind of knew what they were doing too backstage, which was nice. So for those reasons, like I absolutely loved it. I also was like, it was a huge achievement just in general, just getting up there for my first show and getting on stage in general. So for that, I'm really proud of myself. I will say I am definitely, I'm competitive and I'm super hard on myself, and I know this about myself. So I am always of the mindset of like, ooh, could I have done better? You know, could I have pushed farther? Could I have done more? And, you know, that's there, and that like, you know, dissatisfaction is there, but obviously I'm happy with what I did, but I definitely want to bring better, if that makes sense. So since being back, I've had a lot of stuff going on and a lot of like mixed feelings and just trying to recover. So like, just to give you a little bit of a backstory, I am 2.5 weeks after my show-ish, 3 weeks. So giving me some time to kind of sit down and like process through everything, and I feel like I'm still processing through everything. So it's been a challenge, man. Reversing is hard. Like, this kind of sucks, to be honest with you. So if you're like a first timer and you've never competed, these are the things that I would say just to be prepared for. It's just that almost like, I guess people call it post-show blues, but it's true. Like, it didn't hit me until honestly this week, where I'm like, okay, I'm doing my cardio still. I'm sticking with the same meals because I've tried to add in more meals and it like gives me gut issues. So, you know, like everything kind of just, you don't have that main goal in mind. And so it's like, okay, what's the purpose? You have to remember your purpose. And that's the hardest part about reversing for me so far, is that, and also like seeing the changes in my body. Like, you're meant to be stage lean for like literally that time, and that's it. It's not healthy, it's not sustainable, and I know all of these things. I know them, I've heard them, I've researched, I know. But I will tell you, it is something different going through it yourself, because your hormones aren't right. You're looking at yourself, and your brain and your body are not connected right now. So it's definitely like mentally, I almost feel like mentally it's even more tough than prep was for me, just because you have freedom, but you also don't have freedom. Like, you can eat whatever you want, but you really shouldn't if your goal is like the long term, you know, here. Because I'm trying to not put on a bunch of body fat, I'm trying to put on muscle. So there's like a balance there. So that being said, I have stuck to my reverse. I'm really freaking proud. because there have been many opportunities where I could have not, and I've decided to stick with my protocol. I've still brought my food places. I've still done what I need to do, and that's really, really hard. And people around you don't understand that either. People around you are like, "Oh, you're done with your show. Like, come out for drinks with us, or like come out," and they don't know, and I get that. But it's like trying to explain to people like, "Hey, I know the show's over, but like my body's kind of whacked right now." So yeah, that's definitely one thing to keep in mind, is that just be prepared, because it is a lot at once afterwards. The really good thing is I have freaking energy again. I feel like a new person. I feel like I'm here. I think before I really didn't really have much emotion going on, no energy, nothing really going on in my head. If that makes sense. Like, I kind of felt like a little bit of a shell of a person. And now I'm like, oh my gosh, like I can think and process, and like the brain fog's pretty much gone, which is nice for the most part, here and there. The energy is amazing. My workouts feel amazing. I still get like hit with some waves of fatigue still, like I did, but not nearly like the level it was. My cardio goes by in a flash, which is so nice. It doesn't feel like I'm super heavy and weighed down like I was before. So there's a lot of really, really good things that come with it, and that's just going to come with like getting my hormones right and like getting back on, normal eating again. So really, really positive things as well. One thing that I found that most bodybuilders do not talk about is like the body dysmorphia, the, people who deal with eating disorders, things like that. Now, I'm really lucky. I haven't really had an eating disorder. I've never had an issue with food, but I will tell you, the body dysmorphia is a real thing. Because like one day I'll wake up and I'll like look at myself and think, oh my gosh, like I still look amazing, like I'm so vascular, I feel pumped for my workout and like feel great. And the next day it's like, oh my gosh, I feel like I've gained 10 pounds in the first week. Like I just don't even look like myself anymore, because you're just so used to seeing yourself so lean that it's hard when you're coming back from that. So that is one thing that I've been told from the people around me, which I'm so blessed to have such good people around me, that is completely normal. And you should expect to feel that way. So I want to be the one that comes out and just says it, because a lot of people don't talk about that. So it's a process. It's a journey. And that's the whole thing with this sport, is that it's so not about instant gratification. It is such a long-term sport. And this is just part of it. And I've heard that the first one is always like one of those experiences that you have to figure out. You have to do it and figure it out. Otherwise, you don't know. You don't know what you don't know. So I kind of wish that I had been more prepared for that, which I don't even know how I would be more prepared for that, but just knowing that that's going to happen, and when it does, it's okay and it's normal. And that the rate that you gain weight or not gain weight is completely individual, and don't compare yourself to other people and where they're at in their reverse, because that's just gonna be a recipe for disaster. And trust me, I've been there and I've already done it. So I'm probably gonna do it again, if I'm being honest. But I'm just keeping it real. Keep it like show stuff that I had learned and wished I had done. But I'm not kicking myself for it. I didn't know. First of all, I am so glad I brought that burner with me to the hotel, because as you guys know, all my food went bad. That was a lifesaver. I don't know what I would have done if I wasn't able to cook all that turkey and like eggs and stuff like that. So definitely being an overpacker has shown to be a good thing here in this situation. One thing that I'm like very grateful for. A couple of other like things. This is so random, but I didn't really know the whole like protocol that you do before show day, as far as like prepping for your tan and all that kind of stuff. So like 2 weeks out, I guess, doing more like exfoliating, and that's every single day. So you want to exfoliate every day. And then 2, the whole body shaving situation. Arms, like I don't normally shave my arms, but like I did for the show. Makes your tan look better. But I wish I had known this before, and I didn't know this. I actually went on a Facebook page and asked like a group Facebook page like what those girls normally do, and one of the girls was like shave the night before your tan, and so I did that. But another one of the girls on there was like, you need to start the full body shave like a week in advance. Like do it once because you're gonna miss spots, and that is so true. I definitely would get out of the shower and find spots that I missed. So I think that would fix that problem next time. So if you're new, shave, your arms and your full body like a week in advance, and then do it again the night before. I think that would be perfect. Another thing I'm really glad I did not do was go crazy after my show with my food. It's like we went out to eat, y'all saw that, and it was really, really good. But I actually did not feel like crap the next day or even that night. I actually felt pretty good. I only had a bite or two of like the brownies that you all saw, and then I had like that burger, but it was actually a really small burger, and I ate the whole thing. I think I didn't eat the whole bun because I was starting to get full and I just was like hungry for protein, but I did eat all the fries, and I definitely was full, but I was not like sick. And I've seen people get sick and stuff, and I just did not want to do that. And I didn't really feel the need to either. Like, I was pretty good. So that was one thing that I was really glad I didn't go crazy on. The other thing is when you come back from your show, don't keep crap in your house. Because I will tell you, the first couple days back, your girl was having bites of this, that, and the other. And I'm still having little things, like little treats, but like, knowing that it's in my house is really, really hard. Like I know that, like for example, I had leftovers of those brownies that I kept in the freezer. Yeah, I'd be picking off those and popping them in the microwave, and then before you know it, you've had like a piece this big, and it's just like a mental thing more than anything, because then you do it and then you're like, oh shoot, I shouldn't have done that, and then it starts this whole negativity thing. Just don't even keep it in the house. Like I'm only 3 weeks out from my show, and I'm still trying to like keep that mindset. So like I've thrown away everything, and the stuff that I have kept, I put it in a box and in a bags that I can't, like, it's not in my face every single day, and I know where it is, but I don't have to like open my pantry and look at it all the time. And that's helped me a lot with like the post-show treats and cravings and stuff. As well as leaving a buffer in my day, in my macros, at the end of the day, like 20 grams of carbs and whatever. And then that way I know, like, okay, I know I'm going to get hit with some snack cravings around X time. So I'll leave that there, and then whatever I'm feeling, no pressure, I can fill that spot. Or if not, then I'll just have extra rice or potatoes at dinner. So I'm going to hit my macros every day, but at least I have that buffer, and then I don't feel like that guilt and, yucky feeling that you get when you're like, I had a bite and I shouldn't have. I think the other biggest thing is support. Having people around you in this time to support you. I don't know how I could have done it if it wasn't for my husband being here, supporting me, helping me, like just reassuring me. And I know that sounds really like needy, but let's be honest, it's a real big mental game you're in right now. And I have totally heard of girls getting like borderline depressed after their shows, because you have this thing of like, oh, I should be able to do this by myself, or I shouldn't, this was my choice. This is a sport. This is extra, this is an honor. This is like a luxury to be able to do this. I shouldn't need other people to support me because it's not like I'm a victim to my circumstance, which is true. However, you are a human at the end of the day. And I have to remind myself of this. I'm literally preaching to myself when I say this, that it is not something you should feel guilty about, having to ask for help. Because to be honest, you've devoted like a quarter, or like a third of the year, or even longer, some girls, to doing this, and then all of a sudden it's over and it changes. That's a lot of time. That's a lot of time. So I am fully, I'm learning about myself. Okay, it's okay not to be the strong person, and I can ask for help, or I can lean on other people in this season. I know I'm going to be able to like be there for them when they need it, so I can lean on other people, if that makes sense. That's kind of how I feel about that. I hope this was helpful. Hi guys, it's later in the week, and I am just popping on to show you. I just came back from Costco and a little haul. I've done a couple hauls on here before, so I kind of just buy the same things, like my basic proteins and stuff. So I'm not going to go through that again. However, I have come up with a version of my typical lunch that is so flipping good. Also, just ignore me. I'm watching YouTube videos on my computer here. This is Hope. What's her last name? Hope something. I don't know what her last name is. I'll link her channel, but I love her channel. She actually is the one that inspired me to do a prep series, to be honest with you, for my YouTube. So her channel is so good. I think this is her peak week video. So she's about to hop on stage this weekend, I think. So I've been following her since her last bodybuilding prep, and she is a beast, and I just love her content. So YouTube girlies supporting YouTube girlies. Anyways, I will show you what I got here. So I have ground turkey, which now I'm doing 93.7 fat percentage instead of 99. A little extra fats. It just makes the flavor of the meat so much better. And I put rice, air fried zucchini, and this, I had to show you, chunky guac that's made with Greek yogurt, so it's less fat. So a serving size is 30 grams, which is quite a lot. 2 grams of fat, 2 grams of carbs, 1 gram of protein. Can't beat it. But I'm doing a little bit of meal prep for my husband, and I found these sausages from Costco, and they're andouille sausages. They're really good. You can have a full link of those for like 12 grams of protein. And then I just take a bag of the frozen bell peppers and onions, and I just get mine from Harris Teeter or like local grocery. I think Trader Joe's has a bag too. And I just dump it all on this pan, and then I cut up an extra onion I had and cut up the sausage and just put it all in a pan. And I have a bunch of extra rice, but you could do potatoes. It is so good. And it's so easy too. And it's really like good meal prep because you get your protein, your carbs, and your fats. I will show you when it comes out. But I just wanted to pop on to show you like that quick little meal plan or meal prep that I do sometimes. And I'll show you when it comes out of the oven. So while I'm waiting for this, I'll just kind of like let you in a little bit too. I am back on my like prep food pretty much 100% now. Aside from like a treat here or there, I'm pretty much back on my prep food. Now, after, you know, looking into things a bit more, my digestion, you know, has been like really bad. And I thought it was because mainly about the food choices I had, but honestly, it's stress. So we are gonna work on stress. And what that's gonna mean is cutting back on caffeine, cutting back on my carbonated beverages, and trying to not eat so fast. So I am working on that. We'll keep you posted on how that goes, but so far we're getting back in the groove, and that means better body image days because we're not bloated, and better scale days. And you know what, you might just stop stepping on the scale for a little while, and that is okay. Just keeping it real, y'all. Just keeping it real. However, I am feeling better about this, and I am feeling better about like how I'm looking. Honestly, my photos too, like I still take photos, I still do all that. Like honestly, I'm really happy with what I've been able to do in the last 2 weeks. I've been able to put on some muscle in the last 2 weeks, which is like boggling my mind because I can definitely see more glutes, more hamstrings, more delts. I'm really, really, really excited. And just seeing that just gives you more motivation to be like, okay, I can do this and this is all worth it. So I'm super stoked and I'm really, really excited. And on that note, this is ready to come out of the oven. Oh yeah. Depending on how crispy you like yours, you could do more time, but that looks pretty good to me. Okay, here's what we're looking like. Just peppers, onions, sausage. Looks so good. So in conclusion, I am super, super excited. I'm excited to build, I'm excited to grow, and every day is getting better, every day is getting easier. I know there's like ups and downs, but honestly, you just take those and then decide like, hey, you know what? Today kind of sucked, but you know what? It definitely could be worse. And I'm going to take it and move on and be better next time. Have a better day tomorrow. And that's kind of how this reverse is going for me. And yeah, so I'm at a good spot. Like I feel like, okay, I've figured out where I'm at and I'm not, you know, I haven't failed, you know what I mean? So I'm super proud of myself, and that takes a lot because it is not easy, man. It's not easy at all, but I'm really proud of myself. So anyways, I'm gonna end the video here, and I hope that this is helpful for people who haven't competed, or like maybe it's your first time. And yeah, if you have questions or anything, you know, shoot me a message or comment, and I'm happy to help in any way I can. But yeah, you got it. And I'm just so grateful. And I am definitely not going to stop YouTube. So even though this prep is over, we're not over. Catch me? So I'll catch you in the next video. Bye, guys.